politics. I think it worked. It is? Cool. Thank you, Jeff. Hi, everybody. I was going to... Oh, sorry I'm a little late today. I was planning to start at 12. The meeting went super long. I can only stream until 2 because I have an appointment. Hello, everyone. Hi. It's a cute shirt, huh? This is technically a pajama top, but I've never worn it as that. I just think it's super cute. They ID'd the shooter. That happened this morning. Also, a couple of news pieces that I was going to talk about. First is that... Oh, God. There's so many fucking ads. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, they're everywhere. Assassin being found in McDonald's is peak America. Dude, I love McDonald's. I won't even apologize for it. I fucking love McDonald's. Ugh. Absolutely not. Hey, happy birthday. Justice League is being killed. Sorry, Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. Is being killed. Final update in January. This is in Windows Central. I think this was just announced 30 minutes ago. Unsurprising, but they are offering an offline mode, which is cool. And this is an interesting one because it's like they just never should have made this game. It didn't appeal to me, and obviously I fucking love Batman. But the minute that you like teased Rocksteady working on something, people had an expectation, and live service games from a studio like that, nobody ever wanted it. You know what I mean? Like it from concept, even the people who like may have enjoyed this, I didn't end up playing it. It's just deeply unappealing, which is such a shame because I'm so sure that it wouldn't have come from the team at Rocksteady. It probably came from some higher up asking for a live service game because they all want to do that because it's less risky, which is a thing that's true. Like, it is less risky to make a live service game than it is to make a regular blockbuster AAA because the opportunities for income are just infinitely higher, you know? So it's so appealing to them, even though it's still a risk. It's less of one, you know what I mean? It's not even that it's the in thing, Scott. It's just the most profitable thing. It's just so fucking so much easier to monetize a live service game. So that's obviously why there's a push for it. Not because gamers want it, because they can make more money. So it's less of a risk than a regular AAA game failing, than like a single player AAA game failing. Thank you, Man Bepang. Just like Redfall, something that could have been good ruined by awful ideas. I don't know enough about the history of Redfall, but that doesn't seem like a game that Arcane would have pitched making, unless they did want to try it. It's totally possible that they would have wanted to give it a try. But yeah, exactly. No one wanted this game. Huge Batman fan. Did not play it. I wouldn't be surprised if they were forced to make Redfall, but I also wouldn't be surprised if they wanted to try a multiplayer game for the first time. I just don't know. And it's just, I just think the minute that you announce Rocksteady were making a live service game, I just also feel like there's like a very recent thing, and I'm surprised that there isn't more criticism of this for Marvel Rivals. God, sorry, speaking. This game just the UI, dude. So much UI. And I feel like Marvel Rivals, I'm really surprised that people aren't feeling the same way. Like like the Marvel Rivals looks like a mobile game. That was kind of one of the issues I have with Gotham Knights too. It's just something. I just feel like we're getting so many big budget games that look like mobile games, and I hate that aesthetic. And I'm like, I'm surprised that people aren't more overwhelmed by it. You know what I mean? Marvel Rival plays well. It's just like Overwatch. Yeah, and I've seen people be like, "Oh, Marvel Rivals succeeded and Concord didn't because Concord was woke." Nobody cared about Concord either. That game had zero appeal to me. I said it in the reveal trailers while I still worked at Sony. I went, not interested. Not well marketed. Just not a good looking game in any capacity. Marvel Rivals, even being a similar type of game, is inherently going to succeed because it's Marvel. Also, Marvel is plenty woke. Some of those characters are bi. just from the jump. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even touch Concord. Had no interest in touching Concord. So many rumors, speculation about Rocksteady doing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, then Suicide Squad was announced, and everyone was like, oh no. Yeah, it just was never going to go down well. But yeah, so one last big update in January. It's ending the 4th season, which I guess is the final season. Not something I can speak about again. I have not played this game, and I'm not surprised that it is being shut down. Game is getting offline mode. Love that. That's great. That, huge dub. The servers will be staying online for the foreseeable future, but an offline mode allows players to enjoy single-player content forever, no matter what happens. Okay, that's awesome. So it's like being given longevity. That is a thing that, like, for all of the things people seem to dislike about this game, should be praised. That's rad. We love that. Thank you, Vile Village. And Hullum BB. Can now shoot the purple balls offline. I just hate the UI, man. I hate the UI. Yeesh. It's just so much. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, Margaret Flash from Rocksteady's prior Batman games, which, again, were so good. Those 3 games are so good. I'm not a huge Arkham Knight person, but Arkham Asylum is, like, one of my favorite games of all time. I do intend to finish Silent Hill 2 Remake on stream, Mikey. I do. At some point. This week, disaster. So much going on. Marvel Rivals seems more fleshed out. Yeah, I mean, it's Overwatch when Overwatch dropped the bag, right? It's like, people love Overwatch. They kind of fumbled. And so someone took up the space, and it makes a lot of sense that it would be a Marvel game. Like, what a shoo-in, you know? How'd the Badger Party go? Thank you for asking. It was super fun. We had a really good time. Jacob, definitely drunk. Yeah, engagement. Wow, it was still in the top 20 best-selling games of the year in the US. I did not know that. Wow. Engagement dropped off super fast. The company would take a $200 million loss on the title. I wonder if that's true, though. Warner Bros. Admitted? It is true. Never mind. I read that as though Business Insider thought that was happening, but 200 million is such a fucking lot of money for a game like that. While Season 4 is marking the end of the game's support, is certainly disappointing for anyone who enjoyed the experience. The offline mode is a fantastic addition. Agreed. As it ensures that anyone who buys Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League can keep playing forever. It's especially notable with how many games have been killed off in the past couple of years and are no longer playable in any capacity, such as the now defunct PlayStation shooter, Concord. R.I.P., bro. R.I.P. Again, unsurprising. Surprised it didn't happen sooner, if anything. Don't want to see any game fail. Never want to see any... Like, I would prefer that every game be good, right? I don't know if that's an unpopular stance these days, but I like a good video game. I would prefer all game be good and be successful in their goodness. This is not one of those. I think it was a bad idea from the start, and I hope that CEOs start listening one day. Can you just... I'm so sure somebody in the room was like, I don't think we should do that. I don't think we should do that. There was the one thing that I always hoped from Cyberpunk, which, like, preview builds. Incredible, flawless. Everybody loved them. All the press loved them. All the internet loved them. They knew they had a game that people fucking loved. That game was rushed out. They were told. I know they were told. Friends who worked there when that game was just before launch were vocal about it needing to be delayed. And yet it came out. And I always hope that, like, that one, at least, because it did kind of affect their stocks and there were so many refunds, will maybe stop publishers from pushing things out that they shouldn't before they're ready, but obviously not, and that's why we are where we are today, which fucking sucks. Everyone wants games to be good, just nobody agrees how. I don't agree with that. Like, there are definitely people that want certain games to fail based on, like, certain studios or whatever. That's, like, it's not definitely not consistent. There are people who, like, love watching things fail, especially the console fanboys, but I mean, those are children, so... Crazy that some of those are grown adults. Incomprehensible. Thank you, Pagan. Eating my breakfast chicken. We're going to do an indie playthrough. I'm not planning to finish the game on stream. I have already played like 6 hours on stream, I think, but I will play more of it. The other quick piece of gaming news that we got today was this one. CD Projekt Red, kind of out of nowhere, unexpectedly announced patch 2.2 for Cyberpunk 2077, reversing earlier statements that suggested no further updates were planned. CDPR dub. That rules. Love that. Thank you, Dead Wolf. Appreciate that. Thank you. Patch will be showcased in a live stream, hinting at substantial new features or enhancements. However, it will not include support for PS5 Pro or New Game Plus mode, which has disappointed some fans. That would probably be because of timing. They probably did not have time to do that. Maybe they'll do it eventually, but yeah. Another stream coming? Wait, that's tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know what time. One thing about quitting a job is I don't know what fucking day of the week it is. Really, ever. What day of the week is it? Who knows? When I woke up this morning, I was like, it's Monday? It's so strange. Very cool. Yeah, I can't stream that because I have scheduled out my week pretty specifically and have Leia's deep meetings on a Tuesday. Make a video game. But yeah, very cool. Like, I don't know. I really think they obviously should have delayed Cyberpunk further, but I'm a big fan of CDPR and a big fan of the team and a big fan of that game. Love that. Huge fan. So those are our two pieces of gaming news this morning. I was going to do Game of the Year predictions. We'll see if I have time to do Game of the Year predictions. And sorry, not Game of the Year. I mean Game Awards predictions is in like what trailers. If I can't do that today, we'll do it on Wednesday. But they found the shooter. Oh my god, he has 100,000 followers on Twitter already. When I followed him, it was at 20,000. That's crazy. So... here we go. Pulling up the source here. They think they found him, to be clear. This is not confirmed. Just suspect. Oh my god. So many ads all the time. Okay, does that make everything fit? That makes everything fit. There we go, there we go, there we go. Someone catch you up on this? Oh my god, Pagan, you haven't heard about this? Okay, so... So the story is ultimately that... potentially this guy, they think this guy, shot and killed a United Healthcare CEO in Manhattan. And then fled on a city bike, dumped his backpack somewhere in Central Park. They found it several days later full of Monopoly money, which I think is the coolest fucking move of all time. And then seemingly moved to another state, and I'm not articulating this well, that he fled to another state and they found him in a McDonald's. This is, we'll cover this, but he said he was found with the gun that he would have used, with a manifesto, and with several fake IDs, so. Thank you, Rigor Mortis. 512. He killed a man, a person. He did indeed kill a man / a person. That is true. A person man is dead. When you're attractive, we forgive you for being a killer. That's not true. Though I do think the public reception would be different if he were less attractive. I'm not in the camp of people saying, fuck yeah, murder. However, this one is... it's a little bit of a fuck around and find out, in that, like, if you've ruined somebody's life, which is what it seems to be the case, if I pull up his Twitter. Again, this is who we think. I really fucking hope that we're not wrong and that we haven't just made this dude extremely famous by accident. But his header here has an image of an x-ray with pins in his back. That certainly adds up. Oh my gosh. 25 gifted subs. Thank you so much, Prodro. Thank you. Good morning. Good afternoon. Thank you very, very much. That's so nice of you. Thank you. I hope you enjoy your dungeon of a chomp. Thank you so much. That's so nice. And thank you, Genevieve and 46 months, dude. Look at you go. That's crazy. So again, this is my stance. This feels like a bit of a fuck around and find out. That's not to say someone deserves murder, right? Like these things are not that black and white. This feels like one of those things where people are like, say you condemn murder. Like, do I want anyone to die? Not really. I guess except Hitler. Like, there are certainly exceptions where some men deserve to die or should die and the world is better off as a result. Do I know that this is one of those? No. When I say fuck around and find out, what I mean is like, if you are notoriously fucking up people's lives, there is eventually going to be a consequence. Like, if you keep doing it over and over and over and over again, taking all of their money and not providing them the care that you claim to offer when you're selling them this fucking insurance, there is probably going to be a backlash eventually. That's not to say it's necessarily always going to be murder, but like, are you going to piss some people off? Yeah. You know what I mean? It's kind of inevitable. Supposedly United Healthcare just installed an AI to auto deny claims. Yeah. So it's like, and I think it was Blue Cross Blue Shield, who I'm pretty sure I'm with, who were trying to make it so that anesthesia is only covered for a certain amount of time per surgery. So like if your surgery goes longer than expected, they would charge you extra. It's something you can't consent to because you're fucking under. Like, that is insane that they walked it back, partly as a result of this. People like this CEO's ruined millions of American lives. I don't feel bad one bit. I don't feel bad. I'm not saying I feel bad for the guy who got shot. I don't feel bad. I just don't condone it. I'm just not in the camp of fuck yes, kill them. But do I feel like, oh, his family? No. And one thing that very much annoys me about this is people get shot in America all day, every day. The thing that I tweeted, which again, I've not read any replies to. I don't do that on Twitter anymore. You will never fucking reach me there. Was this. Say what you want, but just because they work in health insurance doesn't mean they should have to live in fear of being shot. Yeah, neither should school kids, but here we are. And what I mean by that is it's America. People get shot every day. There were like, the same day that this CEO shooting happened, there were like 10 shootings in Texas. People get shot here all the fucking time. It's part of living in this country. We only care because it's a billionaire, in theory, an evil billionaire, but we don't care about anyone else. Like, that bothers me more than anything else. There are so many murders that happen where the cops don't even fucking look into it, and you look into it for the evil guy? What about the dude in Texas who got shot, who had a wife and kids and had no criminal record whatsoever, who was murdered in cold blood on the street? We don't even fucking talk about it. Like, again, my tweet here is basically saying, do we talk about the shootings? The school shootings? Yeah, but even those pass in a fucking day. It's just a reality of this country. You get shot. People get shot. No one should have to live in fear because they work in health insurance. My sister works in insurance, though technically I will make the case that she works for good insurance, in that what she does is help Australians who are in other countries who need healthcare. They call her and she goes, here's where you have to go. Here's what you do. So she is like actually helping people, but it's technically part of insurance. She effectively like helps people in need when they're in a foreign country. It's like her whole job. He wasn't targeted for his job. He was targeted for his actions. Also true. I work in insurance. I had a customer drop the CEO murder the same day on me because her rates increased. If there's anything that I hope that people take away from this, I don't want it to be, oh no, the poor man got shot. Like, please let the conversation be, healthcare in this country is a fucking shit show. It's so bad. Like, it's third world country bad. It is atrocious. And it's again, it's a little bit of a fuck around and find out. That's all I'm saying. Doesn't mean do I feel guilty? No. Am I happy someone was shot? Also no. Like, I do feel like life is a miracle. Like, the statistical likelihood of a human even being alive is so low, that any of us existing is so statistically unlikely that it's a blessing that we're here all at the same time. You know what I mean? The US is the nicest third world country. Totally agree. I know someone who had a family member pass away. They had guns and the rest of the family split them up amongst themselves. That person does not need to own a gun in the first place. Well, look. I applied for a gun license, okay? Hear me out. Thank you, Wasasaki. I'm not anti-gun. I am pro-gun control. I've never seen the left and the right more united about this too. Wild times. Listen. The one takeaway that I think I've said this twice. Hello, Banjo. Hello, little boy. Hello, Rahul. Hello, big boy.
He's been caught.
What? Yes, he's been caught.
Yeah, Luigi.
Yes.
Well, allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. Otherwise, we've just made this dude famous. This is absolutely what French Style Revolution looks like. It's crazy.
McDonald's employee.
Yeah. Oh, he was a McDonald's employee? No, he was just at McDonald's.
A McDonald's employee recognised.
You fucking snitches, man.
And I'm never eating McDonald's again.
That's where you draw the line. Like, if there's anything to come from this, I think I saw a headline, but I don't remember who wrote it, that was like, oh, don't turn the culture war into a class war. And I'm like, no, do. Like, the whole culture war, the left versus right, oh, you're making my video games woke. None of that shit matters. What is actually affecting you that, like, is at an absolute head right now. Hello, handsome. What are you looking at me for? Is the state of the wealth gap in the US is shocking and is exponentially getting worse. It is only getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Fully agree, Mike. Culture war is a distraction. Class war is actual. It should be actual, but currently is not. Should be. Rahul coming into fart again? I don't know. Are you? How'd it go?
Yeah.
Cool.
Banjo hates billionaires.
Banjo does hate billionaires. Banjo, he's a little communist.
I know.
Absolutely hates them.
Well,
Banjo said no billionaires.
But he's Russian.
Look at him wagging his tail. He's German.
He's Siberian.
That's true. He's Siberian.
He's
they can hate them.
Siberian and German.
They can hate them. Banjo needs to be on cam. He is. He's just blurred. He said, what'd you say? He said, it's me, Banjo? Oh, oh, Banjo, you're so cute. Yeah, again, I'm not in the camp of people who condone this. I just think it's a real fuck around and find out situation. And I do feel like this... I think we need to unpack what this particular choice of Pokemon says about this man. Do you see he's ripped?
Let me see.
Look at him. Look at the size of him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Luigi.
Allegedly. So he's, again, allegedly. Italian.
Did he have 100,000 followers, or did he get them?
No, when I followed him this morning, it was at 19,000.
Wait, you followed him?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because I want to see if he posts anything. It's not an endorsement. It's me being like, is there any update from, like, did he have, like, someone planning to post something if he got captured? Like, I want to see if he posts anything.
I mean, they've released his name.
They have released his name. He has been detained.
Which is so dangerous, right? So they must feel pretty confident.
I mean, if we have the wrong guy, we've just made Luigi Mangione.
I saw on
fucking famous as hell.
You know Trizzy?
No. Who the fuck is Trizzy?
On TikTok.
You just making names up?
Guy with grey beard, beautiful eyes.
Oh yeah, the blue eyes. Yeah.
He said sources are claiming that they found a silencer on him.
Yes. And a manifesto. Which we should actually catch up on the article here. But yeah, I don't know. I think the pearl clutching for this one is... What do you think is going to happen? Like, how many people's lives can you ruin before something is going to happen?
I think I said this before.
Exactly what I'm saying, Verum Dex. Thank you. It can be a tragic event, something we don't condone. Don't condone violence. Again, I don't feel guilty either, but I'm not condoning murdering people in the street. But the way the healthcare system has treated people, it makes sense why this happened.
Two things are...
People can't put up with shit forever.
Two things can be true, and I think I said this to you before.
You on camera.
Two things can be true. Violence.
Oh, hey, Ash.
Murder. it's criminal, and it's never the answer.
It's
and
illegal and
it's
should
and
be,
it
right?
should be, right. And there's no, we shouldn't set a precedent where we're okay with anyone being assassinated, murdered, whatever, whoever, whatever their crimes are. We have,
That's a very interesting way to put it. It's not murder, it's public self-defense.
but at the same time, you all as the people, and we include, like, all of us have a right to not care
Yeah.
about, or feeling, we don't have to mourn or feel bad for someone at the same time, if depending on how they lived their life and what
Yeah.
they did. So while I don't condone the murder of someone, I also
Don't feel bad.
do not care.
Me too. I've seen like some like very copium conservative takes where they're like, you shouldn't celebrate anybody. No, you should. Everybody dying is sad. And someone was like, even Hitler, and they were
Yeah.
like, yeah, like, even Hitler, it ended a war. Him,
Or
nobody.
Dharma,
Yeah,
Bundy.
none of them. You can be happy that some people are dead.
Someone made it. There was a thing that said that more people.
Hitler killing Hitler was the best thing he ever did.
United Healthcare have been responsible for more deaths than Osama bin Laden.
Holy shit! I gotta
There was
Google
something
that.
like that. I saw.
Find that. Let me find that.
Yeah.
United Healthcare. More deaths than Bin Laden.
I think someone was using that as an example.
Not that I can find. Which one? Oh, this one?
Oh,
Oh, no, that's different. Just says Bin Laden.
I saw it on a. Well, that was on Instagram. It came up the ones this morning. It was about.
So posts on.
I don't think it's a news article. I think it was.
This is sorry, I just found a Reddit that's about this. On True Unpopular Opinion. I have no sympathy for the United Health CEO, and I love this comment. I am as sad to hear of his passing as he would have been to hear of mine. What a great way to phrase that. Like, this is somebody who is knowingly responsible for numerous deaths. To succeed as an insurance company, you fundamentally have to lack empathy. Exactly what this comment is saying. This is not a good person. You can't be in that business and be one. You cannot be a good person and be the leader of an insurance company. I fully agree with that. This person would not give a fuck about you dying.
Weren't they using an algorithm to deny
Yes.
healthcare that had a alleged 90%
Yes.
like fail rate or something? Or, like,
I'm not calling you guys disingenuous at all, but you can't condone murder because your jobs need you to be. I'm unemployed. I just quit my job. Also, very controversial. You think Rahul's not controversial? Whenever I see this particular take, sorry to come at you with so much heat, come on, and Sam, but I've had this like multiple times. Sometimes people will be like, well, she has to say that because she works for this company. That always just makes me think, are you only saying things because you work for a certain company? I've never said or not said anything other than I would not talk about Sony games while I worked at Sony. Otherwise, I will always say exactly what I think. Like, the fact that you think that whenever someone says that to me, I'm like, are you telling me that you're just a really disingenuous person and you can't comprehend other people not being? There is nothing. I have no job. I just quit my job. I'm unemployed. I can say whatever the fuck I want.
what did I say that was controversial?
He's saying that we can't be controversial because of the jobs we have. He said, I'm not calling you guys disingenuous, but you also can't condone murder because your jobs need you to be not that controversial. Raul, technically also unemployed. I don't condone,
not.
well, a little.
No.
How are you not? You don't have an employer.
Yeah, I do.
Who?
I'm literally employed by Amazon
How?
because the job's not finished yet and I'm still on contract.
Okay, then I'm employed by Meta. I'm employed by YouTube and Amazon.
Well, I had to work for them today.
Sure, I'm working for Amazon right now.
Yeah.
You could argue that that's a contract, but
no,
no.
I mean,
I'm not going to condone murder just because I morally don't feel comfortable. Like, I don't care if you do, really. I don't give a shit if you do.
But the thing is like condoning murder. Like, here's an easier one. How do you feel about the death penalty?
I don't know.
Oh,
Largely against, with potentially some exceptions.
I'm against it.
I know you are. Yeah, we've had conversations about this.
I'm staunchly against the death penalty.
But don't know. You don't have to buy health insurance. Do you live in the US? It's true, you don't have to buy health insurance. But if you don't, and you happen to be in an accident and you get taken to the hospital and they treat you, and you're about to die, it will bankrupt you. That would be the end of your life. Like, technically, legally, you don't have to, but you're fucked if you don't. You don't have to buy health insurance, you can also die. Great way of putting it. Happy woken gay to you, Ruby Spiders. Thank you, undecided and puzzled.
To leave the UK due to being controversial.
They kicked him out.
There's nothing controversial, but like people can, you can condone. I'll condone murder right now. I have a case in my brain where I'm like, yeah, I'm all right with that person being murdered.
Me too. There's one person.
Jeffrey Dahmer, being murdered. When he went to prison, was murdered in the gym.
Yeah.
One of the inmates took a barbell, I think, and dropped it. Yeah, I'm fine with it. Don't fire me off TV shows. I'm okay with Jeffrey Dahmer being murdered. Like,
that's my stance, Mike G, is largely against the death penalty. I don't know the answer to this, and I will be open about that. That I don't always have. I don't always have an opinion formed on everything. I'm unsure. Serial rapist, man.
Oh, but you're saying death penalty for non-death related crimes?
I think if you're someone who is raping and killing people...
Well, if you're killing, I understand.
Yeah. But then also doing it in prison, you know what I mean? Like,
Should assault or sexual assault, you can't... Should that warrant a death penalty?
I don't know. I don't know my answer. I don't know. I think probably not.
Because
I think I am largely against the state having a say in whether people live or die. But the state has a fucking say in whether people live or die in a lot of ways.
See, my only issue with it is we know statistically how, like, I think how many people on death row are innocent or have been proven to be innocent, and I think it's 11%. Or someone else could double check that for me. I remember reading it was around 11% of people on death penalty were proven to be innocent.
Right.
Even if it's 5%, that might be too high for a state.
I agree.
To be taking that risk.
I agree.
The other issue is, I think it should be up to the family.
It's a really good point here too.
4%.
The denial of claims is what pisses me off the most. If I pay for a product or service, I expect to be able to use it. These people have distorted the medical system so badly that they find ways to justify stealing from people and not feel bad about it. Again, when I had pneumonia last year, I had it for 4 months, paying $500 a month out of my own pocket for insurance. I had it for 4 months because I would start to get better, need to see the doctor again because I wasn't completely better, and then they would make me wait 4 weeks to see them. People die of pneumonia. Mine was just walking pneumonia, so it's a very light form of pneumonia. But like, when we were in Poland last year, I could barely leave. Yeah. Like, I was fucked.
Yeah.
And that's really just because I couldn't get into the doctor that I pay $500 a month for.
4.1% are innocent.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know. I think I'm largely against it, but there are some things that make me go, just get off the fucking planet, you piece of shit.
If they said they executed 100 prisoners, and out of every 100, one was innocent, it should be banned.
Yeah.
Is my point. And by that token, do I think the CEO, is that justice? No, because I don't believe in the death penalty. So I fundamentally don't agree with anyone being killed. However, I didn't lose any sleep over it.
Can you imagine, Danish Prince? If your claim is denied, then you should be fully compensated for the money you paid into the insurance. Can you imagine?
Oh, wow.
God damn. Again, it is a real fuck around find out. You can't just ruin people's lives forever and have nothing happen. So to actually catch up on what happened today, again, this is suspected. We don't actually know if it is indeed Luigi. I saw someone make a Chris Montasante joke. We don't actually know. Just the person who has been arrested, or seemingly.
So you're doing the shooter and award predictions? Maybe. Okay, are you going to segue?
Well, I started with gaming news and then jumped in on this. Suspect in fatal shooting of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson ID'd as Luigi Mangione, an ex-Ivy League student. So the suspect nabbed in the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson is an anti-capitalist based Ivy League grad who liked online quotes from Unabomber Ted Kaczynski and seethed in a manifesto these parasites had it coming. Law enforcement sources told the Post on Monday. I'm permitting some weird terms today. I just had to permit that term. Because they wrote it in that comment.
You know what people should be mad about in New York? There's a murder a day.
He does have great eyebrows. That's exactly what I was saying that earlier.
The amount of resources
and nobody gives a fuck
to do this.
Nobody fucking cares unless it's some
God
rich
forbid,
guy. It
God
sucks.
forbid the common person loses a family member in a crime.
They don't care.
They
don't do anything. It's I just that really, really fucking bothers me. That like,
well, you know why they're doing it, right?
You know, like I've had to go to the cops about serious shit and have either been helped or not fucking helped at all. If I were actually famous, they wouldn't even think twice. They would help me straight away. Like the time that the cops had to come here because of a thing that happened. See, they barely did fucking anything.
Yeah.
But if I were rich, they'd be like, "Fuck yeah."
Well, I don't know. It's just about his money. It's just about the deterrent, right? It has to be seen. I'm sure the mayor and people like that, and people in these higher positions are going. You need to set a precedent that they can't just attack. They can't just take matters into their own hands.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Because I think the lack of empathy and how people feel, and how I think they even I think they're probably even surprised that they can't culture war this and go, well, actually conservatives are okay with it. Liberals love, like they can't do it. It seems to have a unanimous American uniting feel that people are like, yeah, the healthcare system sucks.
That's the thing I keep trying to touch on, but I keep losing my train of thought is if the public were to take anything from this, I would really hope it's that the culture war is manufactured. It was basically manufactured by Russia. We have the data proving that they were making The Last Jedi. That's what I'm talking about. They were making The Last Jedi tweets political on purpose to drive a culture war into pop culture, knowing that the US fucking cares about pop culture. So now every game is woke, every movie is woke, or it's not. All pieces of media must fit into right or left. It's so fucking convenient.
Every
none of us are complaining about the class war.
DEI or something like that.
It's all political because it's designed to divide people. That was a fully orchestrated plan that we have run into willingly and eat up all the time. What about the fact that this country has people dying on the streets while also having the richest fucking people in the entire... I think that bothers me at least once a day. Like, how do you walk around and not think about that? I think about that. The other day I was driving and I was just through the city and I was like, wow, mankind fucked up so bad that we could have had community, and instead we all ignore each other and turn on each other at any convenient moment over whether someone does or doesn't like a fucking video game. You don't help your neighbors. We just elected the fucking billionaire who's got a bunch of billionaire friends who are going to change the country, which, there are various levels of why that happened that I'm in part like not even mad about some of them.
But you know what's funny about...
What are we fucking doing?
Is it cognitive dissonance, right? It's this I love how this works, right? There will be people, a large group that attack artists who have had success. Mm-hmm. And one of the biggest things they levy against them or throw against them is being out of touch. Being wealthy, getting away with murder, flaunting their cash, buying expensive watches, going on holiday, Kim Kardashian taking everyone for COVID, that they do not, like artists and musicians, influencers, they're not us, right? They are out of touch, Hollywood.
Right.
But when it came to electing someone to represent the people, they went to people that are more affluent.
They went to a celebrity.
Right.
But there's so much reason for that, right? So I could talk about this at length. It's not like totally related, but I've gotten to a point where I'm like very understanding of people voting for Trump. And then I'm not like, how could you do that? I'm like, no, I get it. In that the Democratic Party was so uninspiring, is so bureaucratic, is so clearly pandering to the middle that they're full of shit.
Right.
Like, people are just... It's also the easiest manipulation tactic for the public. This works on YouTube channels. Any YouTube channel that you've ever seen make a hate video about me is doing the same thing, right? Where it's the easiest way to get people engaged is to make them fear something. So Trump invented, the immigrants are coming in,
But that's been
they're murdering
that's
people
been a
on the
tactic
streets.
for
Everywhere too. Happens
centuries.
in Australia as well. That's not new. The easiest way to make people vote for you, or to make people consume your content, or to watch things, Fox News strategy, is make people afraid. Fear is so powerful, and it will make people do a lot of shit. So you just make up things for people to be afraid of, right? DNC ain't got any rebuttal to that. They're not making people afraid of anything. Kamala was like, I'd do what Biden did. Like, it just... I blame the Democratic Party for that happening, for that particular thing happening. And you can say, like, well, Trump's a billionaire. They voted for the establishment. They did. They voted for the establishment. Trump and Elon are the establishment, way more than Kamala. But the problem is they're all establishment. The DNC is also establishment. And Trump at least speaks honestly, or it feels like he does. Like, because he feels candid, it doesn't feel like the establishment. And half of what people care about, most people are not that smart, is appearance.
Well, I noticed that on a more basic level, that model. I remember.
Thank you, Jibby Models.
I remember when I first joined Twitter. It's the Trump technique.
Sorry,
right?
It's not that he speaks honestly. I don't mean that he's telling the truth. I mean that he says what he wants to say.
Well, he's unprecedented.
He lies a
right?
lot.
He says things that
It's
you
that he
wouldn't
speaks,
expect people in.
Yeah, not honest. That's the wrong word for me to use. You know what I mean?
Recklessly.
It's just...
It's reckless.
He's not honest. He's full of shit. He lies all the time. But he speaks honestly.
Oh,
Like,
no,
you know
I
what
got
mean?
better word.
Am I
No,
articulating
I got
that well?
better word, because it doesn't
you for
necessarily
everyone.
mean it's pure or right. Unfiltered.
Unfiltered. It doesn't
It's
feel
unfiltered,
rehearsed.
so therefore it's not rehearsed. and it
Everything
doesn't
Kamala
feel
said felt
packaged.
fake.
Right.
Yeah, totally.
But
Sorry,
here's the thing. You know, the people do know that this is bullshit, because one of the good examples that I had noticed that always winds me up, and companies think they're fucking slick. It really bothers me. So when I first joined Twitter, I remember that I was told by my network and people who I worked with when I was first had a public appearance, they were like, don't cuss.
On Twitter?
Yeah, this was early. This was 2013, 2014.
Holy shit.
When I was on the CW and things, don't cuss. But I never cared. So I just wanted to cuss. So I still would say, watch. I remember I had a tweet that said, watch iZombie, you cunts, or something like that, right? And there was always this fear that, like, there was always this idea that professional, commercial, there was a certain way to speak, talk, and but what it did was, Twitter and social media, people thought that by swearing or by being slightly edgy, you were more relatable and you weren't as rehearsed. People would say he doesn't have a publicist. Oh, it's directly them, because a publicist would never allow them to say that.
Yeah.
And then what you got, not from me, I'm just saying, as the culture shifted, because that was a rule, that was a hard rule. You didn't talk like that. You weren't allowed to talk like that. You'd be asked to delete that type of stuff.
Yeah, I didn't used to swear in YouTube videos.
Right? I remember one of the first DMs I ever had from you was about using cunt. Do you remember?
It was the first thing I ever said to you.
Yeah.
Was online was
Years
that
ago.
I also
Stopped using it because I got heat again for using
because
cunt.
Americans kept getting upset with
Right.
me. And now I say it.
Right.
Started again.
But here's the thing that gets me. Have you seen Burger King, Wendy? Like, we're talking about, like, your
They've all
biggest-
shifted too.
They all shift, right? And they've realized that getting a kid to kind of unfilteredly troll hides the puppet strings, and it looks like it's relatable content, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's chaotic. And they all do it now, right? So, like, you'll go on someone's TikTok, it's not even it's just a random person doing a joke, and then you'll see here Coca-Cola make a joke.
Oh yeah, Wendy started that for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And you like they're not even in the product, but they're doing it to be relatable companies.
Related, Trump just did the same fucking thing.
That's what I'm saying. That's the Trump
Feels
model.
real.
Exactly. Is to go, I'll punch him in the face.
I
And
get-
everyone's like, oh!
We have like some friends who
It's
are
game.
like very lefty who like, and I get this too, I get both sides of it, but like who are very like, I just can't believe anyone would vote for him. I'm not at that point. I fucking get it. I get why they voted for him. It's the DNC's fault. It's not blaming the single issue voters doesn't even make sense. Blaming their stance on Israel-Palestine doesn't even make sense. It's that party's fucking useless and people have no reason to vote for them other than like if you're campaigning on, well, I'm not Trump, it's not enough. It's not enough. Oh, thank you so much, Raven Soul. Nice to see you again.
But they're
Thanks for stopping
also,
by.
I think, the one thing about Republicans,
Agree with you on that
I
aspect.
think they're largely party first, right? It's party before policy.
The whole of the US is like that.
I think Democrats are less party before policy, and
Oh,
that,
sorry. Don't say Democrats. Say the left.
sorry, the
Yeah.
left,
Agreed. Yeah.
and that in itself will always
Yeah. That's
that's always gonna.
it's one of my least favorite things about American politics in general is that it's a sport team. Like,
Because I know from my friends that I know some conservatives, they're like, doesn't matter. It's red. We're staying red.
well, the one Trump voter that we know previously voted blue, so he's not that.
Never gone back. It was a long time ago.
Oh, was it? I thought it was Obama.
First term.
You didn't vote Obama in the second time?
Nope.
Wow. That's surprising. I do
But-
actually think AOC is she stands out for the Dems because she feels real. I do think she does. Vote blue no matter who. Yeah, I mean, that clearly didn't work very fucking well. Anyway, sorry, to this article. Okay. The suspect nabbed in the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson is an anti-capitalist Ivy League again based grad who liked online quotes from Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski, and seethed in manifesto these parasites had it coming, law enforcement sources told the Post on Monday. Tech whiz Luigi Mangione, 26, originally from Towson, MD. What is MD? What state is that?
What's
MD
that?
to me reads as a doctor. MD. MD dot. I'm foreign. Maryland? Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Apparently hated the medical community because of how it treated his sick relatives, sources said. He has not been charged in the slaying, but was taken into custody Monday morning while eating at a McDonald's in Altoona,
So he's
PA.
worried about healthcare, but he was eating McDonald's.
I did think that was a little funny, yeah. Of all the places to be caught.
Hypocrite.
Ending an intense manhunt sparked by the cold-blooded execution of... Why are you even putting that word in there? Why
is it cold-blooded?
Well, no.
Because it's from behind.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not cold-blooded. But this is a news report. If I were an editor, I would remove that word because it just say assassination, say execution, say shooting. Why are you adding that word?
Just for the sake of it, though, if you said execution without cold-blooded, that leaves enough to be interpreted that that person could have been taken, held, and executed and known they were being executed. But when you say cold-blooded, to me, that evokes that it was a silent assassination. It was from behind.
Cold-blooded is just a lot of connotations that come with that word, but I get hung up on that kind of stuff because autism. Anyway, of Thompson outside of Manhattan.
Not that I agree. I'm just saying. I was just playing devil's advocate.
No, fair enough.
I don't want to be controversial because
you might get fired by the job.
Get fired by jobs.
Does it look like the same guy? Even that one, like that could just be a dude in a hood, really.
It's a generic look.
Yeah, it's not uncommon that men look like that.
A hood, a mask, and thick eyebrows.
Yeah. Former prep school valedictorian was caught with a ghost gun that uses 9mm bullets, a silencer, and a US passport. 4 fake IDs with names used during the killer's stint in New York City and the manifesto. So the manifesto is really...
I could look like him right now.
I did say to Rahul yesterday, everybody, that if
Watch this.
if this had happened before, we would have had so many people dressed like him for Halloween.
Yeah, of course you would.
So many.
But then, is that?
So I'm not disagreeing with that criticism, Danish Prince, that I'm seeing people say today. This dude with fake IDs and all just kept the same gun and sounds from him for 5 days. It seems to me like if that's the case, he wanted to be caught. Which is totally possible.
So
this could all be
That's
wrong.
not in the report.
This is in this report, but I mean, I don't know how valid this article is. I don't trust a lot of the way that it's written, to be fair. Manifesto consisted of 2.5 handwritten pages that mirrored the quotes that Mangione posted on his Goodreads account from wacky anti-establishment Ted Kaczynski, the famous Unabomber who terrorized the country for nearly 2 decades by mailing deadly bombs before he was nabbed in 1996, sources said. This is one of the fake IDs, I guess? Mark Rosario.
I don't feel like the shoot would be in McDonald's. I feel like they'd be in a mom and pop coffee shop.
What?
With fair trade coffee beans.
I mean, especially like Ivy League. But if you're on the run...
Still. This shooter takes the anti-capitalist things very seriously, and then went to McDonald's, the biggest.
It is weird. It is
Although
weird.
maybe he's playing 4D chess. He'd be in the last place you'd think he'd be,
Yeah.
which is McDonald's.
Yeah. I saw a thing today that's like people making fun of how the NYPD keep like gassing him up.
Oh, how
They keep being
efficient
like
and
he
great
just planned it so well. He's so hot. Like they just keep being like we just can't catch him. How could we ever catch him?
We
So funny.
we zoomed in on the CCTV footage, and we noticed that he had an 8-inch cock.
Yeah. Huge penis. Wow, he's incredible.
It helped him balance for the perfect.
Government needs to stop calling privately manufactured firearms ghost guns. Is that what that term refers to? I actually haven't heard the term ghost guns before.
What's that like? 3D printed?
If he was on a bus, that may be the only place you can get something to eat. Totally. If you're like passing through when you're in a rush, McDonald's, man. It, like you just run in, you get something, and you leave. Like there are reasons you would do that. Plot twist: he's a Zionist.
I just think that the shooter who took out the CEO of a healthcare company, he watered down his plight by sitting at McDonald's
A little.
ordering a McRib. I'm saying I think he might even have got the Kai Cenat double Big Mac chicken Big Mac.
I get it. With the crime weapon on his person. Again, I think the only way reports can be wrong. People can have things leaked to them that are incorrect. Like we don't know until we hear the NYPD actually come out and make a statement about all these details.
But also, how hungry are you to just eat after? He didn't go to McDonald's immediately.
No, it's 5 days later.
Yeah.
He may have wanted to be caught. We just don't know. Oh, he's a Zionist. Is that legit or dramatic humor? That was dramatic humor, and the joke is just that he was eating at McDonald's because they have given a bunch of money to Israel. That was all that joke was. I have no idea if he's a Zionist or not. Imagine a society that subjects people to conditions that make them terribly unhappy, then gives them the drugs to take away their unhappiness, Kaczynski wrote at one point in a quote, liked by Mangione. Science fiction. It is already happening to some extent in our own society. Instead of removing the conditions that make people depressed, modern society gives them antidepressant drugs. Ain't that the fucking truth? In effect, antidepressants are a means of modifying an individual's internal state in such a way as to enable him to tolerate social conditions that he would otherwise find intolerable. Damn. The manifesto said he acted alone, sources said.
He got those abs eating McDonald's.
Remember that boxer who was like, I love chicken nuggets?
No, it wasn't a boxer. It's Usain Bolt.
Usain Bolt.
But that's only because it doesn't upset his stomach.
Which is
before
totally
a race,
fair.
So he
like,
orders nuggets
sometimes you just gotta eat something you know won't bother your stomach. Yeah, chicken nuggets never upset my stomach.
Allegedly, Usain Bolt for 2 weeks before a race competing will only eat McDonald's chicken nuggets. Because it's so consistent no matter where you are, there's very little chance of it reacting poorly in your stomach.
For real.
I don't think it's only nuggets.
Well, yeah. Else.
I'm just saying, I don't know where I heard it.
Mangione had a particularly personal reason to hate the medical community. Its treatment of an ailing relative, sources said. Online obituaries show he lost his grandmother in 2013 and grandfather in 2017. His LinkedIn page indicates that he once worked in an assisted living facility for the elderly for a few months in 2014 while still in high school. It is unclear if Mangione has yet made any statements to the cops. He also subscribed to anti-capitalist and climate change causes, again based, according to law enforcement sources citing online activity gleaned by authorities. I did see in his following list, I mean, again, not that that means anything. I follow plenty of people I don't agree with. I think the clean is coming at 2:30. Yeah,
because we should. I need to do a little.
I need to finish it too, anyway. So, it says people he's following. AOC's in there.
Was AOC Robert Kennedy?
True. So it's actually pretty mixed. Like
John McAfee.
You can just
Richard Dawkins.
Follow people that you want to see things from, and not people.
Well, you follow Steve-O and Joe Rogan.
Yeah, but again, you could follow people just to find news. It's like if you're following Joe Rogan and AOC, what are we supposed to glean from that?
Well, you're following him.
Yeah, and that doesn't. I'm not following him because for any reason. I just want to see if there's anything posted.
Trevor Noah.
Right. So it's a big mixed bag.
Yeah. Anyone we know?
Nah.
Is he a Funhouse fan?
There's no Bruce Green on here. That's interesting. No.
It'd be so funny if we just had Jacob.
Jacob Fullerton. As you should. As you should.
Can we see what he liked or upvoted?
I don't think you can do that on Twitter anymore, right? No, I can.
You're not allowed to see like.
Replies. Yeah, they hid likes.
I wonder
so you
why.
Can't see anymore. Yeah. Where's James Willems?
Maybe he followed James for fitness.
Rogan and RFK Jr. used to be more left-leaning. Rogan was a Bernie bro. Yeah, but I mean, he's been posting this year, and he hasn't unfollowed these people. He last posted or reposted something in June.
What's his own tweets though? He's only a reposter.
Mostly a lot of reposts. His own tweets, it's very difficult to tell. Like, he posted this 7 years ago. I gave my high school senior speech on this topic. Today I'll be talking to you about the future, about topics ranging from conscious artificial intelligence to human immortality. Like, you'll dismiss all this pretty quickly as interesting, but just science fiction. Like, it's not... I'm not getting a lot from the things that... He's very anti-drug. Cell agriculture. It's very Ivy League. Tech bro-y kind of, but like I'm not sure. I'm sure someone else will do a much deeper dive. Didn't someone find his Goodreads? He likes Pokemon and hates the healthcare system. He's hot Jesus. Luigi Goodreads. I can't see any of it. It's a private profile, so here we go. This is somebody found this on Reddit. Most recent review on Goodreads: when all other forms of communication violence is necessary to survive. That's pretty compelling. Can you move over a little?
Sure.
Thanks. Clearly written by mathematics prodigy, reads like a series of lemmas on the question of 21st century quality of life. It's easy to quickly and thoughtless write this off as the manifesto of a lunatic in order to avoid facing some of the uncomfortable problems it identifies. But it's simply impossible to ignore how prescient many of his predictions about modern society turned out. He was a violent individual, rightfully imprisoned, who maimed innocent people. While his actions tend to be characterized as those of a crazy Luddite, however, they are more accurately seen as those of an extreme political revolutionary, a take I found online that I think is interesting. Had the balls to recognize that peaceful protest has gotten us absolutely nowhere.
Is this the Unabomber's book?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, yes it is, yeah. And at the end of the day, he's probably right. Oil barons haven't listened to any environmentalists, but they feared him. I mean, that is such an interesting topic, is like of peaceful protest getting us nowhere, in that, you know, when athletes were kneeling during the national anthem, people were fucking furious. But what if that's peaceful protest on a public scale, people were so mad about that, what alternative have you provided them? What else are they supposed to do? Like, that's that fucking amount of coughing.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're okay. It's just so close to me. Do you need water?
No, I got my coffee. I just got something stuck.
Sorry, my brain broke. I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, is he confirmed as a shooter? No. Not yet. Suspected.
Let's see if there's any more
American
news.
problems call for American solutions. It's true, he's not seizing him. I mean, he's not far off my face, but no, it was just that it's really loud. When all other forms of communication fail, violence is necessary to survive. You may not like his methods, but to see things from his perspective is not terrorism, it's war and revolution. Fossil fuel companies actively suppress anything that stands in their way, and within a generation or two, it'll begin costing human lives by greater and greater magnitudes until the Earth is just a flaming ball orbiting third from the sun. Peaceful protest is outright ignored. That's kind of what I'm saying. It is. We're in a really tough spot where like people really fucking hate peaceful protest, but what else are you supposed to do? I don't know. When I say that I consider myself to be too woke, I think I've said before, I do not mean that I want to see DEI in TV shows. That's not what I'm referring to. I'm not saying make the video game characters gay. I just have a lot of trouble reconciling with how out of control capitalism has let things get for the average person. And I feel like I see it all the time. Like, I can't go to Disneyland. I'll be like, this is so expensive just to take money off of these people's families. Why is that? Why are these Mickey Mouse ears $15 when it costs Disney fucking 2 cents to produce? It actively upsets me to go there. I can't turn it off.
But you like Warhammer.
I love Warhammer.
That's like the Luigi McDonald's.
He's like, but hear me out. The Kai Cenat burger.
Which is phenomenal.
Yeah, I was okay with it. I thought it was okay.
I had 5 of them.
YouTube, he's pre-recorded some videos? Really?
Ooh.
You had 5 of those? Oh, while I was in Australia?
I've ordered that. I had it twice in a week, which is not. I don't try not to have McDonald's.
Where am I supposed to find the videos? I can't. Nothing comes up with his name. Let me go Luigi. YouTube videos.
It might be on the Reddit. Yeah.
Reddit usually has this stuff.
Last known address is Hawaii.
Yeah. His
same as the second
Twitter.
Trump shooter that got caught. Both also have connections in San Fran.
That's just my likes. I closed his Twitter down. Does anyone know where I can find his YouTube, if that's true? I lost faith in humanity working for Enterprise during Rent-A-Car during the pandemic. Everyone in the company wanted to raise the prices to highest price they possibly could, and only when the lawyers step in do they limit it. Woof. Oh yeah, sorry. If you want to post something, the Reddit, that's a really good idea, Jeff. If you want to post, if you can see his YouTube videos, post them on my subreddit, and I will pull it from there. Yeah, I can't find any of his videos. It's all just news.
That doesn't look like him.
You don't think they look like
no
the same guy?
Look at his eyebrows. No,
I kind of agree.
Off.
It doesn't really look like
him.
guy. But there are like photos of me where I look very different between the two of them, you know?
But like, go back to the top one where it's closer on his face. His nose is shorter and peaks, and look, his is longer, and it like
you can't pull them next to each other.
That doesn't look like.
Yeah, I'm not.
Also,
sold.
Doesn't that guy at the bottom, the one that pulled it down, isn't he wearing a completely coloured different backpack? Isn't he wearing a black backpack?
Not that
and then he's wearing a light backpack in the CCTV.
Not that I can see.
It doesn't look like. I think they have like 2 or 3 different people. I'm not saying 2 or 3 people didn't do it, but it feels like 2 or 3 different. Like the guy that they said was smiling at the hostel, flirting, and then the footage of the actual murder, the backpacks are completely different.
Yeah,
there's not even like, it's a change
in
in color because of where they are indoor outdoor.
Oh, this could so easily be fake. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
2
know. 2
hours ago.
When was the account made? Oh, that's compelling.
But it put it up 2 hours ago.
Yeah, but the account was made in January. It wasn't made today.
Well, someone could have had an account.
True, they could just rename it. So I would be inclined to think that this is probably fake. I don't know that you can find when the name was last changed. I don't know if I can get that info.
Has he done any comments or stuff you can look at, like how active they are?
I don't think you can. Can you? How?
You can. Isn't there a way to see someone's foot, like what they've?
I can see what people have commented when I'm on the app. I don't know if there's a way to do that here. That is one of my favorite things. Is like sometimes people will come talk shit and act like they don't know who I am, but they're like subscribed to Astro Goblin or Funhouse.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I don't even really want to click on this.
Countdown.
Oh, okay. I don't buy this. I think this is all shit. Yeah. I don't buy it.
But yeah, to me, look, Pierce, I just want to show you something. Scroll up to the footage. Look at the color of that backpack.
Yeah, it's white.
Right?
What photo did you see that he has a black backpack?
Go up to Hot Boy. Where's Hot Boy?
I think I had Hot Boy over here.
Hot Boy flirting.
The flirting photo? He doesn't have a backpack on in the flirting photo.
He does.
Where? You can't see it. That's the
There's one with a black backpack.
He doesn't have a backpack on.
Hold on.
But I also even thought that the guy in the back of the cab kind of looked different. Like,
yeah.
I used to fucking say it's really, really tough. Hot Boy flirting. What else do we know about this particular guy? Again, if it's not this guy, we've either ruined his life or
look.
saved it.
Because he puts his bag down.
Those are 2 different photos, though.
It's the same place. Look at that. He's done this,
Yeah. I'm just saying they're different photos.
but that's a black strap he had on.
What's to say it couldn't be flipped?
What do
That
you
the
mean?
inside of the back strap couldn't
Because
be
they know
black.
the back. They're there. So this is the same thing, right? This is from the same. They've lightened it here. This is from the same moment. Look at his bag here. That is not the same backpack.
It does look like a different bag.
Then look at this, and then that's the guy that they know did it because that's from the execution. Look how
You
different.
got to show those to the internet. Because I do feel like that's a different shirt completely. So the hot boy flirting is not the same.
I don't
guy.
think the hot boy flirting is.
So who's hot boy flirting? That's what I want to know. Thank you.
Do you want me to show this to
chat?
chat?
An ad in 10 seconds.
So I was just saying. So there's obviously the backpack, and we know
that's the shooter,
right? And they're saying that he flirted in the morning.
Yeah, he could have had 2 backpacks. That's true.
He flirted in the morning, just before.
It's black. It could be 2.
So, look at that. How is that the same person? He did an outfit change and then what? Switch back? I don't know.
These two are interesting because let me pull that up. Hang on, sorry. That's Times of India. I'll just Google the name so I can pull the article.
Of course, I ended up on Times of India.
United Healthcare CEO
50K.
Thompson murder FBI offers 50K. Okay, this is what we're talking about here. This particular picture.
Yeah.
That
it's not the same guy.
is clearly a different jumper.
Also, I know this is purely speculation.
Why would you
but
get
to
changed
me,
into something that looks similar?
The guy on the right looks Caucasian, and the guy on the left looks
I don't know about this one, Chief.
like Mediterranean-y more. That
Yeah,
to
I don't
me
know about
looks.
this one, Chief.
That looked like Bruce at the Formula One racing.
To be fair, if I was going to shoot someone, I'd make sure I had a change of outfit.
His nose is thinner,
but
yeah.
you'd go with different colors. You wouldn't wear the same fucking colors. Like, if you were going to change outfits, why would you wear another hood? And another
and
black
mask.
thing around your...
Yeah.
That would be insane.
You all know, if you were planning to do something, you would have 2 vastly different looks. You just know you would.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to wear the same fucking
If
thing
I
twice.
killed someone in a black t-shirt with blue jeans,
So where was this one from? Because...
that's the hostel.
So this is Hot Boy.
Because look, the bench is the same. Look at the table.
Yeah, those are from
He's
the
in
same
the same
place.
hospital. It's just that they've resolution and changed
So
the
then
colours.
this is the one from Starbucks?
Yeah, I think that's him on the way because that's the picture that suits.
And that's the backpack.
That's the backpack.
But he doesn't have the two pockets on the front.
I know. I don't get it.
That's confusing. Are these journalists stupid?
Look,
or
and now click this one here.
Or did he just happen
See
to...
that?
That's
That is the same guy. We know that that's the same. That is the same individual. The backpack's identical. They've
Look at
matched
his-
that backpack.
I can't. It's a little face.
But that guy smiling and flirting, that's supposed to be the same day.
So that could just be a completely different dude.
I don't know.
We don't know.
I
No,
don't know.
obviously.
It just
Not going to solve this here today. Welcome back from the break, everybody. Didn't these photos come from the police? Did they? Also, the hood of the shooter looks like a jacket hood. I agree.
Is that a hoodie tucked into a jacket? Because is that on the left? Is that a hoodie
interesting.
poking out of a jacket? Because that's a hood built into the jacket. That's the same material. That feels like.
Agreed.
Right?
These are two different.
But that looks like
outfits.
cloth
Yeah, that's cloth because he's wearing like a hoodie with
underneath
a jacket over the top.
Over the top. He's
Yeah.
layered.
Yeah. I go to the gym. Why do I not look like this? Protein.
Yeah, that's nuts. It's almost like
Did we get to the
Agent
top photo, yeah?
47, in order to change his identity, change the color of his tie.
Yeah. It's just like the worst
No,
outfit.
you would fully
Yeah.
just go completely the other way. Go smart.
Totally.
Go blend like
Wear anything else.
Wear anything else. So it doesn't make sense.
We already read that. Okay, Mangione was a valedictorian of the 26th high school graduating class at the Gilman School in Baltimore, where he played soccer, according to online sites. Based. High school tuition at the all-boys school is nearly $40,000 a year. High school for $40,000 a year? Is that normal in the US?
Someone said Hot Boy might be innocent of murder, but not innocent of being too hot to handle.
I didn't even know you had to pay for high school. Oh, no, okay. Private schools exist in Australia. My family just couldn't afford them. Yeah, I've seen the car photo, Cheeto. Yeah.
Here's a thing though. I've got another theory.
Go ahead. Very excited. My sister sent you a message.
If you, right? If you pulled down your mask in a hostel because the chick behind the counter wanted to see your face and you was flirting, and you've been wrongly accused of murder, but simultaneously the world is fawning over you, you come forward. You can prove you're innocent, and everyone's like, who's hot boy? You would go, it's me. I obviously wasn't, because here's my alibi. I was at the hostel and I wasn't here.
Grovel.
You would come forward.
You would come forward because you're an actor and you're desperate for validation.
No, he would. I'm telling you.
I don't think everyone
if Hot
would.
Boy isn't
I think
the
some
shooter,
people will be like, I don't want nothing to do with that.
Look at Hawk Tour. Everyone wants their 15
No,
minutes.
not everyone. Not everyone.
If you are not connected to the shooter and you've pulled your mask down, you're the type of brer because you know you're good looking. You had to show your face card because someone behind a lobby was like,
or she said, I need to see your face for the ID. Not necessarily.
No, because she came forward and said they were flirting.
They could have been flirting as well.
Right, so he pulled his mask down to flirt, and everyone's calling him hot boy this, hot boy that. They're even jokingly allowing him to get away with murder because he's good looking because the face card's not declining. If he's not the shooter, you'd 100% come forward and you'd be on Fallon.
I don't think everyone would. I don't think everyone would. I think some people would. I think some people would not.
Do you think I'd come forward if they were like,
forward.
Child killer, da 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 da? Oh, but he's hot, and I know I'm not the child killer. Go, it's me. I was the child killer.
Your life dream is to be publicly, internationally called hot boy.
No, it's not.
It is.
Don't how?
You're very handsome.
When I
people call
eat myself into a grave and I don't take care of myself.
But then you bring up that you was on BuzzFeed's top 100 hottest men of which year?
I only do that to win arguments. 2016.
Wow, it's almost like he remembers exactly what. And what rank were you?
Oh, I don't know, but I know that I beat a few people that it caused. Yeah, it caused me getting insulted at work.
Yeah, right. Because it was
like I remember Rose going, "Fuck off," and yeah, that's nice.
All I'm saying is I don't think everyone would do that, and I don't feel like this is why we aren't detectives. You know what I mean? This is why you and I are not detectives.
No, I genuinely believe. Chat actually agrees with me on this one. Yeah. If you're not the shooter and you are being praised for being good looking and flirting, you are coming forward.
Not everyone's.
You're coming forward because your face is out there.
Not everyone.
But your face is out there associated with murder.
Not everyone would do it. Some people would. Some people would be like, absolutely the fuck no, I don't want anything.
Oh, I'd rather they just have my picture and
let it die
be cosplayed and be associated with a murder.
Yeah, he's having beers with his friends and they're laughing about how insane it is. There are people who would do
that.
No. Yes, you just can't comprehend it because you're an actor and all your friends are actors and you all fucking little attention seekers in the middle of the party. Okay?
No.
Yes.
Everyone knows I'm right.
No. Poll, that's a good idea. Is Jeff in here? I don't think everyone would. I think a lot of people would.
Are you going to do a poll?
Everyone would. If I were not already a public
figure, if innocent hot, what's the poll? If you're innocent, and the world thinks you're hot.
No, it's just if you're hot boy, do you come forward? Which maybe he has come forward and we just haven't seen it.
No, because but we live in the stupidest times in the world. He'd be right now on Twop Tour. He'd be on Logan Paul's podcast. You know he would. He'd be on Andrew Schultz.
Yeah.
Like, we live in such a fucking stupid time.
There are people in here who are saying they wouldn't. I'd be hard pressed to try to turn it into a publicity thing. Again,
it's not about a publicity thing. You would come clear your name. You'd be like, it's me. Hi, I'm Hot Boy. I was flirting.
Not everyone would. Not everyone would. I definitely think some people would. Probably most people would. I don't think everyone would. I'm not with you on this, bro. I don't think that I would. I think if I weren't already a public figure, I wouldn't do it.
This fucking piece of shit George Zimmerman scumbag who killed Trayvon Martin was signing fucking bags of Skittles at conventions. That's the people. That's the level. That's how people do with a little bit of attention.
Not everybody. I'm winning in the polls.
I'd come forward.
You know what? When you said chat agrees with you.
No. But I play 4D chess. I'd come forward if I did it and be like, I'm Hot Boy.
I'm a hot boy. What are you gonna do about it?
Do you want to take it?
Nah, because we'll be done soon. But I hate declining calls from family.
If I got away with the perfect murder and I knew they couldn't find me, I did it. But one picture got out and all the girls were going, oh, but he's hot though, he's 6'4".
You do it just for the
I'd turn
letters
myself in.
prison. Yeah.
I'd turn myself in for the attention and be like, you got me.
Apparently he's only 5'10".
Your Honor, I'm hot.
There you go. If you're a hot boy, do you come forward? It's yes or no. No wins.
What? You guys don't understand in the fucking thing.
This person just switched from Twitch to YouTube just to vote no. He said at the time of graduation that he planned to seek a degree in artificial intelligence focused on the areas of computer science and cognitive science at the University of Pennsylvania, according to an interview with the Baltimore Fishbowl. Tech hotshot graduated cum Lord lol. Never not find that funny. From private Ivy League institution in Philadelphia with a Bachelor of Science Engineering, Computer and Information Science in 2020, according to his LinkedIn. He also completed a Master of Science in Engineering, Computer and Information Science at the University of Pennsylvania. His LinkedIn suggests he's a data engineer at a car company based in California, although he lists his current home as Honolulu, Hawaii. Much to think about. Much to consider. Chat doesn't understand because we are not hot boy. That's what I'm saying. You know? Hey, chat, you're all hot boy. Don't worry about it. You're all hot boy. All you got to do is flirt with someone and go tee-hee.
Also, I love how you're like pointing at... I didn't want to do this to her. I'm going to throw her under a fucking bus right now. She was like, oh, he's a little actor with his actor friends and da-da-da-da-da. Who's the lead of fucking VHS? Who's an actual actor? Who's nominated for a Critics' Choice Award?
I don't identify with that.
Don't do that. But she's not what she's doing. A Trump. She's not one of you.
I don't identify
She
with
is
that.
an out-of-touch Hollywood actress now.
I don't identify with that.
Oh, really? Who's your closest friends in Hollywood, right? In LA right now? Are they...
Funhouse.
No, you're...
It's Ethan.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I don't identify with this.
She's
you know what is crazy though? I am an actor at this point, but I'm uncomfortable calling myself an actor.
And I promise you, there's absolutely zero nepotism. You've done that on your own, and you got picked from your own talent. I wasn't a part of any of this.
I know.
So it's not like I made you this. You did this on your own.
Yeah, I did it by being cool, really. You know, Kate said the other day at Thanksgiving, she was like, Alanah has the biggest top energy of any room that she's ever in. That was a phrase that Kate said. And I was just like, autism. It just tricks people. People just think I'm cool because I'm autistic. It's crazy. It's the weirdest misconception.
I know
that I sit there silently and they go, she's so
Did you know that
mysterious.
at Jacob's bachelor party, we all stood behind you and Lawrence while you played Tetris head to head on like an autism off?
I won.
Did you?
I beat Lawrence.
We wanted to see whose autism would win, who'd lock in.
Cracked. Anyway.
Did you beat Lawrence?
Yeah, he was very drunk though. Also, that game controlled terribly. Also, that
Some
fucking
guy
guy
came up
mansplaining
to
me. Oh my god, it made me so angry.
Tell chat.
This guy, I was playing Tetris. I'm doing fine. I've played 15 plus hours of Tetris in the past week of Tetris Effect, and this guy comes up to me while I'm playing the Tetris arcade cabinet at this bar and starts mansplaining Tetris to me. I was so shocked that that happened, that he said, you don't have to drop them that fast, so you have more time to think if you look at the pieces in the corner. And I went, I know, I've been playing Tetris for like 10 hours this week. And he went, oh, really? And I was like, so then everything he said, I just didn't respond because I was so shocked that that had happened that then I walked away and I was like, Rahul, you won't believe what just happened to me. And so Rahul...
No, you started pulling me away. You thought I was going to beat him up.
Oh, you did make a joke about going to fight him. He wasn't impolite. It was just, I was like, I cannot believe he mansplained Tetris to me in person. Crazy. And I was doing fine. You don't want us to name our favorite shapes because Rahul and I have real stupid names. It's a long boy. It's an S and a backwards S.
No.
We'd say long boy.
It's a
T.
It's the T.
Yeah.
The T always
comes
in clutch.
The T and the long boy.
The T.
But then Lawrence and I both left and this guy started playing Tetris and so Rahul walked over and just stood next to him and watched him play and he started fucking up.
I purposely stood really close to him and didn't speak because he mansplained Alanah, so I just stood there going,
It's a good point.
And then he started messing up.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't talk or go, oh no, bud. So he'd start going, he'd go, that note shouldn't have, and that one, and I just kept going.
It's all those mistakes that I was making was because
Maybe he was autistic.
that machine
too,
was really
said.
sticky. I mean, maybe, but then he'd be better at Tetris. If there's anything that
Wait, you
us
think-
sports have in common is that we can Tetris, which I've actually been really bad at until the past week, and now I'm sort of getting there.
I don't like bullies.
Anyway. I don't remember what we were talking about.
Hot Boy.
We're talking about Hot Boy.
Oh, and Hot Boy came. He's the Hot Boy.
Yes, we saw the YouTube clip. I believe that to be fake. I do not believe that that is this guy's actual YouTube channel. I think that is someone looking for attention. I don't buy
Can
it.
you imagine if Banjo was on CCTV? Everyone would be like, "Who's this Hot Boy?
Look at this little face.
Look at this Hot Boy.
Look at this little
There's
face.
the Hot Boy."
It was an autism battle between me and Lawrence, not Tetris. Effectively. We spent like
I love seeing you and Lawrence together.
Lawrence and I love it's like he's my spirit animal. I love Lawrence. And the conversations that happen when Lawrence and I are together. So like you know how it was me, Lawrence, Omar and Ryan sitting at the table?
Yeah. And me and Jacob were at Star Wars Pinball with Bruce.
What happened there? I got those boys into we were debating about review scores and how you should score your letterbox, and I was like, what do you give Primer? Tell me what you give Primer out of fucking 10, and you'll see how stupid review scores are and how subjective they are. That's what I was popping off on in that little fucking table in the middle of the bar while everyone's drunk.
Woo!
Lawrence and I together is something. It gets deep real quick. Banjo, my toast is not for you. It's not for you.
He's so cute though. He's doing the
Jaw.
Oh, you didn't hear him last night. In his sleep, he did a big.
Not during his sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy ones. Oh, his sweet
It's a
boy.
big piece of avocado on toast. Yeah, you got to do it.
I love you, Banjo.
See my best friends are Annie and Tim
oh.
McDarragh? No.
Oh, that guy who said we won't condone murder.
Yeah.
Controversial. I'll condone murder right now. If anyone does anything to Banjo, I'll kill him.
Hang on, let me go do something.
Am I going to get you banned on Twitch? Banjo.
Just so he's not blurred. So you can see how cute he is.
If anyone does anything to this guy or hurts him in any way, I'll fucking kill him. So there, I did condone murder.
Rahul sometimes says that if someone hurt Banjo that he'd go on a shooting spree.
Ah!
And I go, why is that necessary?
I do not say that.
You have said that before.
That is not something I want out there publicly.
He's never said that. Just JK.
I'm just saying, if something happens, yeah, I'm
Exactly.
going full John Wick.
Exactly.
I don't care. Everyone's going to suffer for anything that happens to Banjo.
Deserved, as is your right. Anyway. Yeah, a lot of people seem to think that it was a hitman.
Well, he reloaded the gun. He unjammed the gun in the middle of a hit.
Yeah, but you could do that with some
The
basic
NYPD
pistol
are
training.
very impressed
It's so funny.
with his skills.
It could what but I just know never mind. I was gonna say I don't know why you would call a hit on this particular person, but the point of a hit is usually we wouldn't know, right? Like we wouldn't know why he wouldn't do it. Hard to say, man. Does anyone else feel like the two Trump assassination attempts, we just never heard about those assassins again? We just never heard anything about them. They just disappeared. Why were they not?
Well, the first one was killed, right?
Yeah, but like we didn't get any information about who they were or why
It
they
doesn't
did
really
it.
matter in it because it did what it needed to do.
Got him in.
No, I'm not
Certainly
saying
helped.
that.
I don't mean that like
He's selling perfume with the picture of him after an assassination attempt, and the perfume's called Fight, Fight, Fight. Whatever happened to French names for perfume? What's fight in French?
America.
Because it should be like Ode Les Fion. Fion? That's not what fight is in French.
We don't need to know about them. Sure, we don't need to, but this little face. I'm glad I unblurred it.
What do you think,
You should
Banjo?
all see Banjo in HD.
Do you want Trump's cologne? Do you want Trump's cologne? Do you think Hot Boy was the shooter?
He's attacking me for the toast. Custody Monday morning, Pennsylvania. Is there anything different here? That's not far to go, right? Pennsylvania, that took him 5 days.
Is he avoiding?
That's really not a long way to travel. So cute.
Look at his face on the stream.
Stupid face. On bike it is. I mean, that's true, yeah. Are we assuming that he biked the whole way there? Look at his little face. Hello, Banjo. You've already had breakfast. The same eyebrows. Great eyebrows, too. Great brow game. Brow game too strong. Yeah, I never heard that term before.
What, ghost gun? Yeah, I've never heard
Someone
that.
with a 3D printer at home without a serial number. Silence of fake IDs. Writing's apparently critical of the health insurance industry. What? What's this nose doing here? Huh? Is there a nose here? What's it doing? What did the little nose?
This is gonna be interesting. I want. Yeah.
Thank you so much for asking how my brows are doing. I did put a little makeup on in my eyebrows today, but today is the first day of my. I looked myself in the mirror. Today's the first day in like 15 years that I did not need to wear brow makeup. I went, I don't need to. That's crazy. It finally happened. That I didn't have like a bunch of shit missing because I overplucked when I was fucking 13. Incredible. One of the best things I've ever done. I was like, don't need it. You're so cute.
Look at that on the. Look how
You're
manipulative he is.
You had breakfast. Not even that long ago. Banjo. The toast is not for you.
A crust.
I will give him a crust at the end. Being questioned in the ambush killing. Ambush killing is an interesting way to put. I guess it is technically an ambush, right? Ambush just feels to me like multiple people, but doesn't necessarily have to be.
Yeah.
Oh.
That dog would be 100.
Such a funny Crime Stoppers photo. He should use it on his dating profiles.
That dog would 100% be fat under my roof, defeated by cute. No, trust me. We give in. I give in.
He gets a little bit of everything.
Yeah. He had a good Mackie D's on Saturday.
He also stole a nugget, though.
Rahul, you must be strong showing that Banjo is your alpha mate. He's the alpha of the house. I don't even care. Outside of this house...
I think I'm the alpha of the house.
No, Banjo is. He's
Banjo?
got you wrapped around his finger too.
Yeah, but he's the little...
Oh, actually, you might be...
a little baby boy.
Yeah. But it goes in rank of alpha.
Yeah.
It goes you, then him, then me.
100%, yeah.
Yeah. But when we leave the house, I think the
Don't want to
order...
answer that question yet, Whiskey Straight.
The order flips.
Banjo's top, yeah.
No.
When we leave the house, he becomes a little alpha.
No, I do.
When I leave?
When inside this house, the ranking, I'm
Oh,
the
you mean
biggest,
outdoors?
I'm the biggest.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fair enough. Where did I stop on this? Fossil fuel companies actively suppress anything that stands in their way, and within a generation or two, it will begin costing human lives by greater and greater magnitudes until the Earth is just a flaming ball orbiting third from the sun. Peaceful protest is outright ignored. Economic protest isn't possible in the current system, so how long until we recognize that violence against those who lead us to such destruction is justified as self-defense? These companies don't care about you or your kids or your grandkids. They have zero qualms about burning the planet down for $1, so why should we have any qualms about burning them down to survive? This is a pretty intense thing to write in January. All this for some toast.
Is alpha. Alphas don't talk about being
All this
alpha.
for some
I
toast?
didn't bring up alpha. Chat did.
Little toast boy, huh? You just want a little piece of toast, Banjo? We're animals just like everything else on this planet, except we've forgotten the law of the jungle and bent over for our overlords when any other animal will recognize the threat and fight to the death for their survival. Violence never solved anything is a statement uttered by cowards and predators. I think he did that shit. That's all I'm gonna say. I think he
Someone
did
said
that shit.
Patrick Bateman sounding.
A little.
Banjo! You're killing me.
He's very cute.
I just want to cuddle him.
It's not him? I don't know, dude. It fucking might be.
Okay, now here's a question. You know Hot Boy
Yes.
flirting and smiling? Did he write that?
Doomslayer, we are not condoning violence, but can I just address how hilarious it is that somebody called Doomslayer says condoning murder isn't the way?
You can't be judge, jury, and executioner.
The Doomslayer? Not sure about that, chief. Yeah, I have to run. Thank you for hanging out for a quick one today, everybody. I have... yeah, we'll be live on Wednesday at 1. Might be a little late because I have a haircut that morning, but I should get back in time. But it'll be around this time on Wednesday.
Ugh.
That's my schedule for the week. Isn't that awful?
Ugh.
Like, when do I eat?
Ugh.
And this, we already know, is that's going to be more like that.
Bruv, I'm slammed this week.
Look
I
at
had ADR today, and then that's me done for Crit 2024.
Look at this. That's definitely longer than that, too.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's terrible. That's going to be longer. Earlier.
Oh, you got more stuff today?
Yeah.
Wait, what's that today at 7?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, big day. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, everyone. I'll see you on Wednesday. Since I didn't do Game Awards predictions, I will do that on Wednesday.
Space Marine 2 win everything.
I'm not talking about winning. I wanted to do predictions of what we're going to see. I just want to say...
Ella Purnell's there.
Yeah, so that means we might get a Fallout Season 2.
Oh, like a little mini
That's what I
teaser?
expect. Yeah, so if there's anything that you can take away from any of the announcements, Jeff has heard the criticism that we've had. Like, I made a whole video very critical of the Game Awards last year. If you see a celebrity on stage, they are related to something that is being announced. My guess with Ella Purnell is it's Fallout Season 2.
That's why Jeff didn't ask me to come back.
You got nothing to announce. That's why, yeah, specifically he's like, oh, I'd love to have Rahul, but he's got nothing going on.
Yeah. Poor Jeff.
I would guess every single, like, Kojima being there, we definitely have a
Death
trailer
Stranding.
for, well, I think it's more like, it could be Death Stranding, but it's more likely to be his Xbox game, the horror game. I keep forgetting what it's called.
Oh, yeah, he's doing a... Yeah.
It could be
Also,
either.
Sam's there. Could be Max Payne.
I'm definitely expecting Max Payne.
The remasters
we know
that
Sam's in
they know
town.
they're doing.
I'm 100% expecting that to be Max Payne. So anyone you know who is here or presenting an award, the presenting an award, I think, is like, that means that they are related to something that is being announced. There are only 2 things that I know of. Otherwise, it's up for grabs. And kill your hopes for GTA.
I
Not
have a
millionaires.
prediction for Game Awards. Bloodborne. PlayStation, don't let them off the hook. They ended that with persistence.
Why would they do that at the Game Awards?
They'll announce that it's 60 frames in PS5 Pro.
Maybe. Why would they do that at the Game Awards?
Why would they tease that? They don't... Look,
I don't think that was a tease.
game, TV and film...
No, you will not see GTA at the Game Awards.
Game and film... TV and film can have fun with their audiences. Game industry does not like to have fun with their audiences because they're fucking nuts. They do not want to be teased or poked or prodded because they go too far. Game again. This is that community. How many and you've worked at that level, right? every tweet and this and that. How much scrutiny is there on how they on what they put out and how it's received and and don't want to upset and don't want to. I've experienced it in a small bit.
Mm-hmm.
They put persistence on that sizzle reel and shows
The word
Bloodborne.
persistence is just related to Dark Souls. It's related to Bloodborne. It's
They
related...
could have used anything. They used one of the old one, and persistence could be.
Persistence means nothing.
But
The only thing
the
that
fan base
no,
has been persistent.
no, persistence means fucking nothing. It's just that when you play a Souls game, FromSoft game, you persist. That's all that means. You know the thing that's more interesting? The word persistence means fuck all. They're not saying, keep tweeting at us about it. We love that. Then it'll come out. They're not trying to reward you harassing them. The thing that does mean something is that they put it at the end. That is more interesting. The word persistence means nothing. Nothing. They're just saying that's what you do in these games.
He said Sony don't troll. They're not that type.
I agree, Sony don't troll.
They don't troll.
But I also don't think that they would tease Bloodborne. I got in trouble once for mentioning Bloodborne on Twitter.
You can't, because they know that it will upset a group of people. Because persistence can turn into... Everything is so measured and controlled.
No, not that. Not the word persistence. It just is what you do in those games is persist. It doesn't mean, yeah, keep tweeting about it. You keep harassing us. They don't want that. They probably find it annoying. In fact, I know Sony's marketing strategy. Sony's marketing strategy is bombs, not bullets. They are very specific about we drop something huge. We don't occasionally. That's what it's called. Bombs, not bullets. They drop a huge thing. They don't scatter it.
Yeah, that's fair.
It would actually probably be against their usual marketing strategy to put a bullet of Bloodborne in.
So they will drop a FromSoft bomb.
Maybe, but then why do the bullet first? Bomb. And walk away. Bomb, walk away. That's the plan. Again, I don't know anything about Bloodborne. Nothing whatsoever. I have no idea. I love that I can talk about it now, though, to be clear. I love that I now get to go, where Bloodborne, Sony? Because I just wasn't allowed to talk about it previously. Anyway. I gotta run. Let's go raid Lawrence. I will see you guys on... I promise I'm not lying. If I know something about something, my strategy is that I just won't talk about it. I will not mention it. I won't lie. I will just not mention it.
I can back her up on that. She won't even allude to it.
No, I just wouldn't address it at all. Gonna go raid Lawrence.
Oh!
I will see you guys on Wednesday, hopefully 1 p.m. I am getting a haircut, so I might be a tiny bit behind.
What should they say to Lawrence?
Depending on the time.
Get dunked on Tetris.
No, he was too drunk. He probably doesn't even remember. Just throw him a good day, mate. How's it going? That's it. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Sorry it was quick. Bye!